So the secret too is to attract and don't hunt. My philosophy in life and in business, you know, in our life, we usually have two ways to deal with things. Say, for instance, if we want to catch a lot of butterfly and catch a lot of bee, and as a man or as a lot of natural way of thinking, we just have a net, and then we go to catch the butterfly, catch the bee, and take them home, and then we have to build a house and to maintain them, or have a glass jar, or they may die, and whatever. Or there is another way, is to build a beautiful garden and let the flower blossom. And while the flower blossom, and then the bee, the butterfly just naturally come, and you don't even need to, you know, like really catch the butterfly and catch the bee anymore, keep them. And with the flower beautifully blossom and the, you know, the garden beautifully maintained, and the butterfly and the bee come and go as they wish. However, there are always abundant butterfly and the bee coming, and so the keeping them is effortless. And when I received that, when I have that philosophy in my business, and I realized that, you know, this is actually how I attract my clients. And when we did that part, one is when we deal with our clients, we felt, you know, we got to attract our clients. When we have education seminar, we give them so much information. There is nothing hidden. We share with them. Like when I actually was writing my book, and I have the same thoughts, whether I just give them a little bit to have them come and ask for more, or actually I give them everything I know, and because, you know, someone will, even they know all the information a lot, they still need extra help. And so I actually, you know, in the based on that philosophy, like abundance and or the garden, I just actually write my book and give everything I know when I was, you know, writing my book in year 2008. And also when I share with my client in stage 1 meeting, and James probably experienced that, we give so much information, and even in my educational seminar, I give so much information to my client. And every time, every single one of them walk away says, wow, Indy, your seminar is so informative, and it's amazing. And that's what I want. And, you know, I know they're going to come back because they felt that they really get value. You know, they've been just being with me. And with my team, it's the same. Like, actually, we don't go out, like, you know, to hunt our team member. A lot of time now we actually run a lot of what we call the intern program with a lot of university students. We have MBA, a lot of MBA study in our company. They actually come into our company, work for us 3 months, full-time, free of charge. Mm-hmm. And yes, and they have to apply for that, no paid position. And it's unbelievable. And we probably so far had at least, you know, 12 or 13 of them go through that unpaid 3 months full-time position. And they're raving about it. And one actually went, applied twice and did 6 months with us. And he's flying from Indonesia. He's paying everything himself. And the experience they got, and after that, they just felt it's so amazing. They really, and they're reading about it. They became also like ChinaDirect reading fan. And they actually recommended their friends to do that too. And we actually, you know, so far, our team member, two team members are out from, you know, the intern, who did the intern program with us. And when they did 3 months, and they just outstanding, so we offered the position for them. And they are very happy staying with us. And that, in a way, I just felt, you know, I never have any concern about, oh, if I need something extra thing to be done. And those interns, just, they are amazing, and just totally, you know, like felt grateful for, they do everything I asked them to do, you know, not only just to learn about the project and not just to learn about the accounting, but they also do all the mail and scanning and, you know, do whatever the administration work they have to be done. And so, in a way, I felt, you know, we are very, very blessed. We really attracted those people into our life. And so far, in our head office, we have 1, 2, 3, associates and the people around us, and we just felt, like even a lot of, I do speak to a lot of different places, and a lot of time is by people who attend my session. They felt, wow, they get really good value, and they want to bring that value to their other members. Or sometimes it's bank, and they come to attend my session. They felt, wow, their client can really get some value out of that, and so they put back to all their customers. And that's how we actually really get around. Oops, sorry. Oh. So how to really create the attraction? I felt, this is my way of looking. I thought everything really starts from me. If I want to be, if I want to create the perfect relationship, the number one thing I will need to look at is I got to be the match of the kind of the person or the kind of relationship I need to be. If I want to dream business, I got to be a match of that kind of dream the business required the person to be. So quite often, we, like in ChinaDirect, our core value, number one is taking 100% responsibility. A lot of times when taking 100% responsibility, it's safe, it's easy. And do it, it takes a lot of effort. And even a lot of time, I don't want to take that responsibility. However, I often challenge myself or ask myself, Lindy, if I am upset, I ask, Lindy, how long do you want to be upset for? Is half an hour enough? Or 10 minutes enough? Or 2 hours? Well, quite often, I find myself just snap out. I say, okay, half an hour upset is enough. It really takes energy to be upset. And when it's in the relationship, it's the same. And also, in my business, sometimes I get frustrated with my team member. And I look at myself, I have a certain commitment to my team member. And one thing is, I'm committed to always demonstrate to be a leader in all areas of my life. So if something I was upset, something I was, not right today, I give myself permission to be okay with that. However, I also ask myself, Lindy, are you a match of that leadership? The answer is no. Like, I'm my own judge. So I do not need to wait anyone to give me that feedback. Quite often, I just look at myself, and so in a way, I'm not doing this for anyone else. I'm just doing this for myself. Therefore, I have that power within myself. And I find that is really how I, keep going. I find it's much more fun. It's not living a life for anyone else. It's living a life for myself. However, it's continuously to create my own life, and whatever is going to be, I create my own future. So, and also, in our talk about my team, and it's so much more fun. In our team, actually, I set up a daily, what we call the KPI, and also a monthly KPI. And they have a bar, which is bare ass minimum they have to meet. If they don't meet their bar, and they have to meet the KPI. And once, we have that one, and we always have the ChinaDirect dancing, we have a dancing celebration for everything, we have that. And ChinaDirect dancing is, I'm alive and well, I feel great. And so, in the morning we have that dancing whenever we achieve something. And we also have a daily huddle. And the daily huddle is so fast and so quick every day in the morning. And we have, like 9:17 is unshakable. Every one of our team members have 5 or 15 minutes daily huddle. And we create, good news, bad news, and daily measure, and share the core value of the business and move on. And we just create that loop. And it's an amazing method. If any one of you running a business and have a team member, and have few team members, even just 1 or 2, and do that, and that's probably the worth gold. And also we have a weekly meeting, and share, like, say how's the week, the KPI going, and also the training. And my team member, at the end we have 1 word to write, what you feel about today's meeting. And quite often I get the feedback says it's very productive, and it's very interesting, and it's amazing. And when you get that feedback from your team, you just felt, wow, the team meeting is well worth running. And also we have scoreboard. It's very simple. It's in front of our office. We have the sales, the project, and the marketing, and as well as the seminar. So one thing we do believe is no measurement, no improvement. If you play tennis and you don't keep a score, do you think that game is going to be fun? No. And when you play tennis, you want to keep the score, and therefore, whether you win or you lose, at least you felt you are in the game. Even if you lost, you felt you played full out. But if you're winning, you just keep doing. Otherwise, you have no way to know you are winning. It's the same thing in business. Or each month we have a scoreboard. And the last month, our target was 20. We achieved 21. So I took the whole team out for a big dinner. And we celebrate. And this month I created, April, May, and June going to be 70. And that's what we're aiming at. And each day we're counting. Oh, we are already 8 now. And it's create a big goal and for the team to play. They felt it's like a really playground, and everyone contributes that. And the quarterly top 5 goal. And one thing I felt, in business we have so many areas we need to focus on. However, I learned is to be laser focused. Just focus on few top priority, and no more than 5 each quarter is enough. Next quarter you can focus on some other area, because business is dynamic and you can't just spread your attention too thin, otherwise you lose the focus. So one thing I learned is always focus on top 5 each quarter and move on next. And then after a full circle, and the business continue growing to the next one. The environment, and in a way, in our daily huddle, not just me leading the daily meeting. Actually, each my team member leading the daily huddle 2 weeks. And so they just felt, wow, it's so easy to step into be a leader. And because they are a leader, they start to show we are a leader, example. And I really just secretly empowered them and step up, and they all felt that they are part of the team, and it's really fantastic to be in the team. So. And another part is, we actually called our client as the friend, and we have, ChinaDirect, a lot of dialects, say for instance, sales, Alice, client is coming with me, say, Alice, your friend is here. And so I said, oh, okay. So she would go in, and so in a way, how we treat our client is really just see them as best friends. We also encourage our team members to see, if it's your friends doing this project, how well you communicate with them. And don't be afraid. If you ask something, and just change your mindset. And if they're your friend, how are you going to deal with them? And you will be straight. Sometimes you make a mistake, and you tell them, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. And even yesterday, one of my intern and just recommended a package to my client, and it's $297. And however, he forgot to tell the customer there is a $10 postage and handling. And he said, Olivia, what should I do? I forgot to say this. I said, don't worry, just give him a call and say, apologize. Says, oh, I'm very sorry, I personally made a mistake. I forgot to tell you there is $10 postage and handling. Is that okay? I put in the charge together. And I'm sure customer will say yes. And he said, okay, it's just see as your friend. You made a mistake, that's okay, I can use it. And he called and he just said exactly the way it is. The client said, no problem, just do that. No fuss about it. And so, in a way, if we make mistake, we admit it. And so also, we created with the supplier, and we relate our supplier as a partner to fulfill the commitment for our client. And therefore, change the relationship rather than as a policeman always trying to police the thief and make mistake. And we change the view. We invite our supplier to be the partner, and so the way is much easier. And also, we attracted the right people, and quite often I felt I go out and talking to people, often have a lot of opportunity to go to different places and share different things, and by being open, by just I felt I had experience. I felt the opportunity just to run on my laps, and so in a way, last year, it was quite funny, and I actually CIPSA, which is a Chartered Institute of Purchasing and Supply Chain. They are a very large organization. They are usually the supply manager or purchasing manager, or procurement manager, and for, like, say, Paperback, a very large organization. And they ring me. They said, "Hey, Lily, we are going to do a conference for CIPSA, and would you like to be a sponsor? Because it's low-cost country sourcing." And I said, "Oh, when will that on?" They said, "July." I said, "Who is the speaker?" They said, "Oh, we don't know yet." I said, "What? You don't know yet? And I'm the right speaker for your conference." And she said, "Oh." I said, "Well, look, if you talk about the low-cost country sourcing, there are only two countries you talk about. One is India, one is China. And if you talk about, most of your procurement manager, you are talking about the products and the goods, and in that category, they are category manager. And therefore, manufacturing facility would come from China, and the servicing industry may come from India. So therefore, and ChinaDirect Sourcing is one of the leading sourcing organizations in this field. And I think, it's better you can consider that, or I should be invited to speak on your conference." She said, "Oh, okay." So anyhow, she didn't say anything. She's only the person who selling the advertisement and said, collecting the sponsorship. However, I was very straightforward and so also very polite, friendly as well. And the next day, she called me and she said, "Lindy, guess what? You are the speaker. Would you like to be the speaker?" I speak to the organizer, and they said, "Well, you are right." And it's just by creation out of that. I thought, well, it's by putting out there, have an intention, and daring to ask for it. I have no attachment, whether I am or not. And however, by putting the impression out there and declare it, and they just realized, I said, "Well, if you want to put the information, here are my bio, here are my, everything is backed me up with all the information." And so actually, I was the speaker last year. It's just out of blue, and it's quite amazing. And so in a way, and I thought, it's by attracting the right people into life, and when the opportunity knocks, and you can grab it.